let's do an unboxing. So in the box, I like the educational materials. I like the presentation. We have here. All right. First thing I notice is that it's plastic. Like it's not just the flimsy plastic that you think of with, you know, with some products with holsters and stuff like that. No, this stuff is solid. This is thick stuff. It's gonna hold up. Let's see. On the back side, we have a sticker. This side towards your body. The mod wing right here is the enhanced mod wing that's made for Enigmas. So that way it sits flat against the faceplate and it doesn't cause any marring or anything like that. One thing I am gonna have to do is put some Velcro on here. That way I can stick a wedge onto this unit. I really like the belt. This belt, it looks like a seat belt, which, you know, is kind of apropos for, you know, what we're working with here. Fit lock buckle, magnetic buckle. That's pretty spiffy. And then you just, in order for you to undo the buckle, you just pull on the cord. It comes right off. And in order for you to put it back on, just right back onto it because it's magnetic. So this looks like the new leg leash. I could tell it's already thicker. This clip right here is a lot more positive, is a lot more stout. This little bag has a QR code. So these are the instructions. It only took me a couple of minutes for me to understand what's going on. So I'm not too much of a fan of the single point leg leash. I prefer the 2-point configuration. When it sits on my body, I want it to sit like this with the button up. That way I could push the button in and unclip it and put it back in just like that. It's gonna need me to loop this through here. I'm going to give it a knot just like so. All right, so there's my knot. And that knot, I'm going to tuck it away underneath this faceplate, and that's how I have it. So it's gonna sit against my body like this. The other loop goes around the belt. I'm gonna show that in just a second, but 2 more things I need to do with this Enigma before I get started. First off, I need to put on the sport belt, 18-inch extra medium. So the pocket's open at the top. So I need to put it on this way. We're gonna take this old guy off. All right, that's the old belt. I'm gonna put on the new belt. I still need to try it on to make sure that this is the proper length. I need to be mentally prepared that, you know, I may have to move this again. It's going to wrap around over to the slide side. And there we go. So that was the first thing I needed to do, put on the, you know, sports belt. And now also I need to put on a little bit of Velcro here. So I'm gonna peel this off. This right here is a wedge made by CrotchCushions. They're out of Arkansas. The wedge already has Velcro sewn into it. Inside is already filled with cotton. I need to cut off a little bit of Velcro here. It doesn't have to be exact. It really doesn't. So I think that this much will suffice. It doesn't need to be pretty either because it's not going to be visible to the public, especially not underneath my clothes. All right. Once again, it does not have to be perfect. I'll attach the wedge and that's what it'll end up looking like. Right through here. So when this thing goes on my body, what it's gonna look like is, this will be the sports belt, right? Like it'll go around my body like this. And what I'll do is I'm gonna adjust it on my leg just a little bit more because this right here is a lot. All right, so I got my PX4 Storm. Magazine is empty. I see it clear and I feel it clear. You can see the chamber right there and you see the mag well. Okay, so first things first, unhook the buckle. I'm gonna loop this around my body. Alrighty, I can already tell I need to adjust this out a little bit more and this in. And what that does is it moves the support belt behind me. So I need it to go here. All right, let's try this again. Let's clamp it. Yeah, that feels about right. So here's the leg leash, and I like the 2-point configuration because the 1-point configuration, my thighs are huge, man. I measured them at 30 inches. I'll unhook it from here, loop it underneath, and it comes up under here. It's just way more comfortable for me. I need to adjust it. Let's keep going, keep going, keep going. This leg leash sits right here. This provides enough downward force to pull the holster away from the gun. Is it required? Not really. It's a seatbelt. Some people drive without seatbelts, but if they get into an accident, you know, that's on them. This gives me plenty of play without getting in the way of any other bits. And let's do some squats. It's got this little keeper right here. So I'm gonna slot this keeper up. Now that this material is now kept to the cord, now I'm gonna loop it back around. I'm gonna hook it back and I'm gonna pull up my pants. A little bit of a side note, I have actually been losing weight a little bit. So this is what my pants look like now. In February, I lost 19 pounds, but a lot of that was water weight and some of it came back. So right now I'm at 275, but I'm 4 inches down off my waist. My blood pressure went down from 140/90 to 115/75. And my resting heart rate went from 88 to the low 50s. Let's move the camera just a little bit so we can get some better lighting. Now that we have this better lighting, I should just go ahead and show you what this configuration looks like. So we have the sports belt. The ends of the sports belt are right here, and that feels really good on me. I can afford to move this wedge over. There we go. That's plenty of cushion. This right here tends to be my sweet spot because I can squat and it doesn't hit my thigh right here. I also like the 2-point configuration. I like it to come over, and this what I loop it through. I loop it through this pocket because I got big thighs, man. I got 30-inch thighs. The single point just was not working for me. I prefer this configuration. So let's put my pants. These are Wranglers from Walmart. I have a Groove Life belt, and my skivvy shirt is MJ Softee. I'm gonna move this buckle over. Usually my buckle sits, like right here. It's high enough to where it doesn't hit my thigh, and it doesn't get right there in that crease. So right here is fine, and also it doesn't print here. One more time. See it clear, and I feel it clear, okay? I'm gonna let you check it as well. There's the mag well. There's the chamber. And let's see. Alrighty. And this is basically gone. Do a little bit of movement checks. All right, let's move. Let's squat. Yeah, everything's good. Draw. There we go. Let's try it again. Moving, moving, draw. Excellent. Okay. All right, one more time here. There's my gun. If I gotta draw it, there it is right there. Back in. And guys, this is how I live life. This is how I work. This is how I drive places. This is how I sit down to eat dinner. And it doesn't cause me any discomfort. If you're interested in how a big guy like me can sit down while carrying Appendix, I got a link in the description for that video. Let me know that you like it. And if you don't like it, give me an opportunity to improve, okay? This is a two-way conversation. I'm listening to you as much as you're listening to me. I read all the comments. All the comments. Even the hurtful ones, especially the hurtful ones. Guys, thanks for watching. Welcome to Memphis.